corner office generally in office spaces is reserved for the senior level executives, and typically in any office, the corner office is for the senior most person in the particular location or office, and that's why getting to the corner office is always aspirational. But getting to the corner office is not always as easy, otherwise everybody would be there. Getting to the corner office also needs a definite plan, a dedicated focus. It needs people to work towards it. It's often time consuming, energy sapping, arduous, but it can definitely be achieved if you go about it in a very planned, methodical, and intentional manner. I believe there are 5 steps to getting to a corner office. The first step is to educate yourself. It's very, very important for you to know your job very well, be hands-on with your job, know the level of detail that the junior most resource who rolls up to you knows. Be able to do that kind of work with your own hands is what you need to know, the level of detail for that particular job. And all the other things that go around that job, right? What is adjacent to that job, how does that work get done, to the roles and responsibilities of that particular job, apart from just getting the work done, but also knowing about the company, the culture of the company, how things work within the company, how to navigate your path within the company, what channels actually lead you to the topmost position within the company is all very, very important. Making sure that you know previous folks who have made it to the corner office, where they from a particular business segment, or did they have experience across multiple departments. So that will help you prepare a plan on getting there, and how do you navigate your path is very, very important. Apart from knowing the job and the company, it's also very important to understand the industry trends, what is going on in the industry, and what other people, what other competition, what other folks within the industry are doing, so that you are up to date in terms of trying to keep pace, but also about trying to do some of those things in your role, in your job, in your company. So educating yourself about the job, about the company, about the industry, knowing the latest industry trends, and keeping abreast of all of those globally is very, very important. So the first thing, the first step to getting to the corner office is definitely about educating yourself, and that is the most important. The second step getting to the corner office is to earn a seat at the table. You need to do things better than others. You need to make sure that you're working harder than others. That doesn't mean just putting in long hours, but doing smart work, things that really make a difference, that are outcome driven, that are beneficial for the company. And always keep your hands up. Be ready and willing to volunteer. And wherever you go, whatever role that you do, whichever company you work for, always try to leave a legacy. Do things above and beyond so that you will be remembered for doing constructive work. So step 3 about getting to the corner office is networking. Networking is very important. We often underestimate professional networking, but there is no substitute to professional networking, to form connections, to learn from people, to understand what they are doing, but also contribute. Networking is not a one-way street. It's always, and it always has been, a bi-directional street. Be willing to contribute rather than just receive. Look at networking as a long-term investment. Don't hope and expect that you're going to meet somebody today and get a job offer tomorrow. It's something. It's a little unrealistic. It's always looked upon as a long-term investment where you give a lot to the community. You also hear from other people, and basis that you'll reap benefits both in terms of opportunities, in terms of knowledge, in terms of awareness in the long run. Professional networking also has to be intentional. It needs to be something that you are open and intentional about your goals, why you are doing networking. Be open about expressing yourself so that people also know what are areas that they can help you with, or what are areas that you might be best suited to if it comes to their mind. And so networking and professional networking, more importantly, is very, very important. Step 4 for getting to the corner office is to be able to promote yourself. Self promotion is very, very important, but it's a fine balance to make sure you don't overdo it. At the same time, just doing A grade work and keeping your head down and hoping and praying that you'll get recognized is not enough. It doesn't happen. So be willing and ready to promote yourself. Make sure you have elevator pitches. You have customized elevator pitches depending on what kind of people you are meeting, either the owner of the company, the CEO, head of operations. You should have customized elevator pitches. What is also important is to make sure that when you're doing these elevator pitches, you are bringing out your strengths in relationship to the next leadership role that you are aspiring for. So don't just talk about what fantastic things you have done, but also highlight those strengths that will help you in the next role, be successful in that next role. So that is very, very important. Step 5, which is the last step, last important step to get to the corner office, is to make sure that you have a lot of passion and you have patience. You need to have a lot of passion about the work that you do, about the company that you work for, about the difference that you are going to make in your role. Be confident about your ability to achieve big, audacious goals, and only when you are confident, people who report to you, people who look up to you will be motivated. Those are the people who would have confidence in you and be able to stand behind you. So to make sure that you and your team together can achieve phenomenal goals, it's important for you to be confident in your abilities, the team's abilities, and be motivated every day you come to work. Every now and then, if you lose the steam and start questioning why you are doing this, it's always important to step back and then figure out why did you start in the first place. What were you trying to achieve by getting into this role, into this job, into this industry? And being able to self-reflect is important to bring that passion back, and having the passion is very important for you to maintain this long, arduous journey that you are going to have to reach to the corner office. You also have to be very patient, because it's a long journey. If it were any shorter or easier, everybody would be there, as I mentioned earlier. So it's a long journey. Don't burn yourself. Trying to overwork is the easiest way of burning yourself and getting out of and trying to get to the corner office. So have a lot of patience. Things work out, but they work out in the long run. You have to do a lot of things in the right way. You have to be in the right place at the right time often. And that is when you need to have that ability to sustain. That is when you need to make sure that you're able to pull yourself through and you have the passions to stay in the race. Oftentimes people burn out in the middle of the race, but as long as you are able to wade through the middle of the race, you will eventually break into a stride and become much easier for you to reach the corner office. You should also be able to handle the impatience-patience paradox. You have to be very patient in reaching your long-term goal, but very impatient with achieving your short-term and tactical targets. You also have to know the people you can be impatient with, and some people just need you to have a lot of patience with to try and achieve those results. But the parting thought is, apart from just having a lot of patience, be patient with yourself and invest in yourself, because this is a long journey. So you need to take good care of yourself. Be healthy. Make sure that you are investing your time with family. You are spending good time with friends. Have at least one passion, one activity that you do outside of work that excites you. And these are the things that will help you remain engaged, be fresh, and keep you in the long run that you need actually to get to the corner office. Apart from the 5 steps of getting to the corner office, luck plays a very big role. We oftentimes underestimate the value of luck in getting us where we are. But we need to ourselves give chance a chance. That means we need to be in the right place at the right time, do a lot of these things which will make us eligible to be considered when the time comes to make a call. And so we need to do all of these 5 steps and then get lucky to reach where we need to. But just hoping that luck will work itself without doing those 5 things is very far-fetched and mostly impossible.